My name is Sokha Chen. I am 19 years old. I have 11 siblings, 3 brothers and 8 sisters. I was born in a very poor family in Sweden province. When I was 4 years old, my mother went to another world with my unborn twin sisters. My father then decided to leave the province to the city, Phnom Penh. When we first got in the city, we were about to get lost because we didn't know what Phnom Penh was. My father looked in concern of where to stay. The rain started to fall heavily, but my father was there who put his very warm arms around both of us. We lived on the street for 6 months because my father had no job. When I was 6, my father passed away. After the funeral, my younger sister and I went to my uncle's province. We thought living there would be helpful, but we were like their slaves. Every day, we woke up at 1 a.m. and brought all those animal waste to the fields. At 3 a.m., I got back home and cooked the food for them. My uncle was blind, and he couldn't see anything. I always went to school late. On the other hand, my teacher fought me every day. My friends wanted to tell the teacher about my situations at home, but I begged them not to. We were the painful slaves for 3 years. At the age of 9, we left the province to the city because my older sister was so sick. 3 days after, she got better. Since then, I decided to work with her as scavengers. I worked from the twilight till the dawn and only earned 50 cents per day. She worked from the dawn till the twilight. Thus, we could take turns to look after my younger sister. I always thought my life was useless. I had no chance to carry the school bag or books to school anymore. Instead, I carried the rubbish bag and walked to my dumpy workplace. The flies were flying around. The smell was as bad as shit. Every day I was so hungry, and I picked some leftover food for my lunch. I worked there for 3 years. One day, there was a group of foreigners came to my neighbor's house. They went there picking up some of the kids to live in an organization. I could not understand anything because they spoke English. The men saw 3 of us and they took our photos. A couple minutes after, the interpreter came to us and asked, "Would you like to stay and study at our center?" We were so excited and agreed happily. 3 months later, we moved to A New Day Cambodia organization. The building was amazing, so comfortable and healthy. July 2007, they sent us to both English and Khmer school. I studied so hard to pass the subjects. A year and a half passed. The director transferred me to Balti International School, but I learned English in the center. September 16, 2010, I was transferred to a good quality school, which is named Zaman International School. I have learned 3 languages such as English, Khmer, including Turkish. The teachers are friendly. I love my classmates so much because they are so generous and always kind to me. They are always there for me and they never discriminate me either. Back to 2011, it was such a wonderful and unbelievable year ever. I was chosen to be in a documentary film which is called 10 x 10. A month later, I was invited to the US to join the 150 Women Who Shake the World conference in New York City. I stayed in the US for a couple of weeks and I stayed in Chicago during my first week. It was my first time seeing the snowfall perfectly. Then I flew to Washington, D.C. for Women's Rights Day at the White House because I was invited by Michelle Obama. I was completely excited and couldn't say a word. I listened to her very powerful women's rights speech. After she finished her speech, I put my arms around her and I said, "I'm from Cambodia, just a girl from the dump site." That was all I told her because I was too pleased to meet her. It was an honor to meet her either. The next morning, I left Washington, D.C. to New York. New York is a very crowded and busy city. A very excited and frightened performance came. I felt so scary, but some people that I have known were there for me too. Before I danced, they showed my painful background story on the big screen. Everyone cried while they were watching it, and including me. The music stopped. Everyone stood up and clapped their hands happily, and simultaneously some people whistled loudly. I gave them a very thankful bow. Since then, I became a star. Without the help from A New Day Cambodia, teachers, friends, family, and especially film group, I can be here today and fulfill my dream in the future.